So as we enter the Memorial Day weekend, 2 Kansas City police officers shot and critically wounded a 26-year-old pregnant woman. Now, the eyewitness who was there on the scene was able to capture some footage of the shooting's aftermath, and some definitely may find this to be graphic.
They got her in handcuffs while they shot her, y'all. Why they shot her? They got her in handcuffs while they shot her, y'all. Why they shot her? Why they shot her, y'all? They got her in handcuffs. I've never seen. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Arkansas, but I stopped here to get some gas, y'all, and to get some ice cream for my kids, y'all. And my son just watched this. My 1-year-old son just watched this. My 10-year-old son just watched this, and my 13-year-old son just watched this happen. The man ran. She was finna cooperate. She got scared. She ran down there. They shot her. 1, 2, 3, 4. My son got it on his phone too. They got her in handcuffs while she shot God. I'm a medical assistant, God. That ain't right. I'm a medical assistant, God. That ain't right. My son in the store.
That was Leonna Hale, that 26-year-old victim who was shot by the Kansas City Police Department. Now, here is a still of Hale on the ground after being shot and police proceeding to handcuff her. Now, this maneuver in particular, given that she's pregnant, it dramatically increased her likelihood of bleeding to death. The thing is, fortunately, the 26-year-old is still alive and now is in stable condition. But the state of her unborn child, that seems to still be very unknown. Let's look at how this happened. So as reported by the Kansas City Defender, the Kansas City Police Department alleges the incident was in an attempt to arrest a woman and a man in connection with a suspected stolen vehicle. But eyewitnesses say this narrative does not add up, given the woman had her hands up and was also shot an astounding 5 times. Now, here's a picture of that eyewitness who you heard speaking over the video recording. And she goes by the name of Shédanja. And I'm unsure if this is her everyday look or if she's trying to skew her appearance in some way for safety reasons. But we definitely know that she is a hero in capturing this moment. So per the KC Defender, Shédanja told the Kansas City Star that she heard officers start yelling, "Get out of the car," to 2 people who were in a car close to her. A man got out of the vehicle, she says, and jumped a fence and took off. 3 of the cops took off after him, she said. Hale, on the other hand, exited the car with her hands up. According to the Kansas City Star's eyewitness account, the cops told Hale to get on the ground, but the woman informed them that she was pregnant, and so she couldn't get down on the ground. Then police asked her to get down multiple times, which she still couldn't. Hale then informed police that there was a gun in the vehicle. Hale began moving back toward the fence of the parking lot. Numerous officers approached and drew their weapons. She did not pull out a weapon on them, Shédanja said. She did not even have a stick in her hand. Hale ran 3 steps away from officers, Shédanja said, and police shot 5 times. Wow, that 26-year-old pregnant woman shot 5 times. So when Shédanja's footage, when it went viral this past weekend, the interim Kansas City police chief, his name is Joseph Maben, and here's a picture of him. He issued a statement. Now he said, "We never want to be in these types of situations. Anytime it happens is a blight on our community. We're committed to be 100% transparent. This is a holiday weekend. It's time for friends, not a time for violence." Now, as it concerns a follow-up, there will be an investigation. The Missouri State Highway Patrol has been tasked with investigating the unarmed shooting of Leonna Hale. It's procedure for such an outside agency to investigate police-involved shootings, specifically involving the KCPD, as an alleged attempt at providing impartiality. But the problem here is that the KC community is already denouncing the decision to let the Missouri State Highway Patrol investigate the matter, due in part to a recent investigation that a lot of people are calling corrupt and botched that happened in the last year's shooting of Malcolm Johnson. Now here's a still footage of the encounter with Johnson and KCPD that ended up leading to his death in March of last year once again. Now the Highway Patrol investigated the shooting, ultimately concluding that Johnson had shot the cop there, but the security footage never shows Johnson ever having a gun. So there seems to be so many questions here, but what we definitely know is that that pregnant woman gave KCPD plenty of notice that she could not lay down on her stomach on the ground because she is pregnant. And yet they insisted and insisted and insisted. And at some point she turned away and they shot her. Jackson.
So I think it's important for people to keep in mind how a huge portion of the actions that anybody takes are predetermined. And I say that to say that even though Leonna, warned the police that she was pregnant multiple times, she let them know that there was a weapon in the vehicle, she was cooperating with them, they kept shouting, get on the ground, get on the ground, even though they heard her say that she couldn't do it. So again, them taking fire on her was in fact something that they expected to do upon arrival because of the picture that they painted in their head. Because at the end of the day, how threatening could any woman be to a whole, squad of police or any single individual, man or woman? It's not. It's just that she's a Black woman, so there's no consideration taken for her. And so this is why it's so important for people to get very involved in community politics, because that's where change can occur. And this is a change that we all want to see. So.
Absolutely. And I don't even know if she was even driving the vehicle that they purport was stolen to begin with. And also if there was any thought that the individual stealing the car were presenting any kind of threat at all. But it mesmerizes me that this pregnant woman, who is probably apparently pregnant and says she's pregnant, cannot lay down face first. And yet that's not good enough for police. They still want her to jeopardize the life of her child. And she is scared, I'm certain. And having all of these officers' weapons pointed at her, the reality that she may lose her life and the life of her child. It's absolutely devastating. And as we've seen before, at least once in the instance with KC's Highway Patrol or the Missouri State Highway Patrol doing the investigation, the fact is that there may not be justice done.